Okay, good morning everyone. So in the last tutorial, we have already finished this beautiful street light. And I also do some little change about this model. I increase the number of the ring. Just duplicate this one and rotate and you can finish this part. So now I'm going to create a rig bones for this street light. Let's go to the front view and usually I will switch to wireframe mode. Let's choose in this object first. Go to edit mode, choosing all the face right here. Press Shift and S, move the cursor to here. Now jump back to the object mode. You can start your shortcut viewer so that you will see your operation. Press Shift A, create the armature single bones. Go to edit mode, move this one down. Okay, and for this one, it's better for you to create one rings for one bone. So let's press EZ for increase more bones. And finally, the last one, the biggest one, to control all the lamp right here. And we can do some small adjustment. Make sure the bone fit with the ring. So next part, let's place the root bone. Press E and Y. If you remember the fluffy bone, that's the thing we did. We are going to do for this one. So keep choosing both of them. Keep offset. So now this is the controller. Let's go to the pose mode and let's create the bones, the constraints for the bones. Let's using dem track, choosing the last one and choosing the 004. The influence you can type in 0.9, and for this one as well, dem track. Actually, you can just directly copy, but usually I will forget what's the name of the bone, so I will still using the manually way. 0.2. Alright. I think this one. Alright. For the last one, it's supposed to be stronger, so I will type in 0.25. So now if you move, I think it will move fine. Alright, but there is a problem. If you just directly using this one to move, sometimes you cannot go back. Alright, that's the problem of this one. So usually I will select this guy and create another Windows and go to the Asset Browser. So now once you go to Asset Browser, right here you will have an animation. I will create a pose asset. So now if even for you rotate a lot, probably you move too much. And once if you want to go back, you can create Ctrl Z, but if you just press Ctrl Z sometime you will set everything back. So I will using Auto G. But for Auto G, you have to press a lot of time because every movement it will be recorded by every single bone. So rather than that, I will using this one. You can just click a lot of time and bring your bones back. Alright? But for this time, we can just and there is no limitation about the setting for the uh, for the poser library. So you can keep clicking and finally bring your bones back. And for the Ctrl Z, usually it will have some limitations. Okay. So anyway, let's just click this one, bring this one back, or you can just direct Ctrl Z, bring this back. But I will choose this one. Okay, just in case. If you move too much and you don't know how to bring your stuff back, how to bring your armature back. Alright, so now it has been setting back. Let's go to create a controller for this guys. So first thing, before we do that, I want to create a transformation controller for this one. So now let's go to object mode and shift S, move the cursor to the bottom part, shift A, create another new bones. Okay, so this is the controller. Now usually I would prefer to set this one in a very specific location and press Ctrl A to apply the transformation for this bone. So now let's choose in both of them. It's easier for you to control. For this guy, I'm going to using the target as these new bones. And make sure you're using the local space. And for the map front, that's the data of this guy. So I will using the minima is 0, the maxima is 1 millimeter. And for map 2, I want the rotations in the x direction. So I will type in negative and positive 60. Okay, something like that. Now you can see it back becomes something like this. It was changed again. That's okay. So let's take a look. This one first. Press G and X. So now it moves well, fairly okay. So the lamp will swing based on the movement of this controller. Alright, let's press Auto G. And yeah, for now, yeah, for sure, of course, you can go to using Control Z, bring the things back. But if you do that, if you're using Control Z, as far as you can see, sometimes it still takes a lot of effort to undo. So probably it will beyond the number, the Control Z number which you can did inside Blender. So I will set this one just in case. Okay, so now I think we have already set up the scenes right here for the rotation. Okay, for the rotation we didn't. So let's type in negative again. Alright, and for this one, yeah, it looks fine. Alright, so I think for now we have already settled down the object, the controller bones for this lamp. So now it's time to binding this one back with your model. So before that, usually the things we have to do is to set this one back, right? So let's choosing this guy, choosing the pose mode, not offline. Let's choose this guy, go to pose mode, select offline, bring this one back. So in order to temporarily disable, in order to quickly set this one back, so sometimes I would temporarily disable this part, set the minimum point to 0. So now, anyway, for now we have already set this one back, so it's time for us to do the rigging. So for this one, it should not work. Actually, because we are not going to using automatic way, so we don't have to disable the deformation of the bone. So let's just choosing them one by one. So for the second one, for this guy, let's choosing the model, and then choosing the bone, go to the pose mode, choosing the second one, Control P, and I'm going to using bones, not the automatic way, not an object, just choosing the bones. And for this one as well, pose, choosing this guy, Control P, bone. Because the ring should not change its shape, so this, we need to using a bone rather than automatic way. Finally, choosing the lamp, choosing the bone, pose mode, choose this guy, Control P, bone. Alright, so now let's take a look. If we move this guy, well, yeah, you move nicely. Okay, so now let's go to the pose mode. Let's take a look of the result. Go to random mode, pose mode, GXX. Okay, so it will swing back and forth, but only in one direction because we just temporarily disable the scenes. So if you want to bring the scenes back, you need to go to here, pose mode, and choose some deformations, probably like negative 60, alright, or maybe the minima. Yeah, I think the minima, let's keep this one like 0. And for the Y, we can do the same things. And for this one, it's 60 as well. And for the Z, it's 60. But for the maxima, it's 60 as well. So once you choosing this guy, let's go to poser, press G, well, it will move. It will swing, okay? Of course, based on the direction of the wind, it should not move like this, but at least for now, it will move. Alright, but if you don't like this way, you can just directly go to here, choosing the poser, and turn off the rest of the part. Maybe turn off this one into 0, 0, and this one 0, 0. Okay, just using the X direction, I think it works better. GXX. Alright. Alright, so I think for now it's pretty much done. So the next part, when the lamp swing, I also hope the the strength of the light will change. So next part, the things I'm going to do is to to set up a new material driver for this one. So let's split the window and go to shade editor and select this model and go to the shader, choosing the light. And right here for the emission strength, I want to set add a driver. So the object supposed to be amateurs 001 and the first bombs. And I want to use in its local space to control the light. So let's do it again, edit driver. For the variation, that's just using maybe plus 10. Okay, and let's take a look. So once we do the change GXX, well, it has changed the, well, it doesn't seem like it changed that much. So let's do that again. Alright, let's do that again. That's using in edit driver. Let's type it. First thing, let's set this one back to 0 and add driver. And for the object, the one we are going to use for control, amateur 001, the bone, X location but in the local space. And the value beginning is 0. So let's type in maybe 5. Alright, so now this is the driver. So once we press GXX, and let's do it again, GXX. Sorry, we have to go back to the post mode. So let's smaller the window, go to the post mode, choose this one, GXX. So as far as you can see, actually, when these bones rotate, the light will shine and change its strength. Okay, so that's how it works. Or we can maybe change the data, the script right here. Edit driver. Right now it's just +5. So maybe the things we can try is let's say first thing is the beginning value. I hope it can be more, so maybe using multiple 0.3. Alright, so let's type in, go to the post mode, GXX. So now you can see, whoa, it becomes super strong, but why is suddenly turn into blue color? I guess somehow, let's take a look of this one. Let's change this one to the yellow light. And also, I think we need to set some beginning number. So not only multiple 3, probably also +1 and plus first and multiple later, something like this. So I think hopefully this time will be fine. Press G and XX. Alright, so now as far as I can see, it will swing, and based on the swing, it will suddenly shine and suddenly getting darker. So that's how it works. Okay, so also I think if you want to see more clear, let's turn off the environment lighting, and I want to delete this guy. And yeah, I want to turn off the light right here. So let's turn off this guy. And probably for the environment, maybe stronger. For the rendering, make sure you have chosen the bloom. So now let's take a look. Go to the post mode, GXX. So sometimes when you swing, it will bright, getting more bright, and if you didn't move, it will getting lower of the light, of the strength of the light, something like that. Okay, so it looks nice. So that's about the controlling of this lamp. Alright, that's the basic setting for this one. So for sure you can make this one more simple. I think for now there are too many chains right here. So if you want, you can make this one more simple. But anyway, that's about how to make this one work. Okay, so that's all. See you next time.